Hi everyone, welcome to rachelpichleryoga. If we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice full body flexibility practice and we are going to be using the wall. So if you've got some open wall space or maybe the back of a couch, the side of a bed, something like that you can use as a nice prop today, that would be lovely. You're going to need just a little bit of space to move around that item and that's about it. So let's get started. So let's begin with our legs up the wall. Of course, if you have nothing to use today or a wall of some kind to use today, you can definitely just bring your legs up into the air, hold them up all on your own. But we're just gonna bring our hips nice and close to the wall here. You can have your legs together. Maybe your feet are out a little wider if you're dodging some objects that are on your wall like I am. But just relax. Soften your shoulders. You could even let your feet fall out even wider if you have the space to work with. You might get a nice inner leg stretch. And let's just slow down here. Let go of your day. Close your eyes. Take a couple nice deep breaths. Maybe wiggle the toes, the fingers. And just soften through those shoulders. Maybe you can feel the feet get a little lighter. And your hips get a little heavier. And just listening to the sound of the breath as you continue to settle in. And then let's just start to slowly wiggle the toes. If your legs are out really wide, you can slide your feet back in. Let's go about shoulder width apart-ish. And maybe give the legs a bit of a wiggle. We're just going to be sliding our feet down the wall with our feet about shoulder width apart, or maybe even a little bit wider than that. But almost like you want to bring the knees to the floor beside your chest, so a little wider than your chest. But you're going to plant your feet on the wall, slide your feet down the wall. Gently encouraging your low back down to the floor. And again, if you don't have a wall to use to rest your feet on, you can just hang onto your knees. You can hang onto your knees, or you could even hang onto your feet and come into happy baby. But let's keep that low back down. Feel the love through the hips. And using the wall here just kind of gives us some support. Gives the feet a little something to hold them in place. And just softening through the shoulders again. Just relax. Nice. Nicely done, you guys. We are gonna adjust our legs from here. And I actually just want you to reach your arms out wide to weigh down the shoulders. Let's walk our right foot and knee over towards the left. And let's see if we can find a twist. So keep walking your feet down the wall and see if you can walk your feet all the way down to the floor. And see if you can bring your knees down, stacking them on top of one another as well. So coming into a twist, you might notice that your hips have left the wall a little bit. There's some space there. That's completely fine. As long as your feet are comfortable, your legs are comfortable, and you're feeling a nice little twist here. If you don't have a wall to use, let your knees fall over to that left side. Take your twist. Stay for one more full breath on this side. And using an inhale as you start to walk your feet or lift your knees all the way back up. And you can walk your feet back to center. Pause here for a moment. Encourage your low back down in towards the mat. And then we can start to twist the other way, walking our feet down the wall, over towards the right side. And try to walk those feet as low to or as close to the floor, if not all the way to the floor as you can. Shimmy the shoulders. Keep that left side heavy. Finding the breath and the twist. Awesome, you guys. Let's use an inhale when you are ready to walk your feet all the way back up. And you might keep your knees bent. You might send your legs out long up the wall, but just pause here. Send your low back into the floor a little more. Take a breath. Whenever you feel good, we're going to roll to one side, the side of your choice, and we're just going to come up onto our hands and knees. So you can move nice and slow here. Taking your time, coming into your tabletop. We're going to move into our shoulders here. So you can use the wall if you want, or you can just come into a puppy dog, reaching your arms out in front. Using the wall, you might come a little bit deeper as your head can get a little heavier. But we can be on our knees if we're going to use our wall, or maybe the side of your couch, or even a coffee table would be great. So bring your palms on top or into the wall, and then let your head get heavy, your chest get heavy, and you can kind of adjust where your hands are on the wall. You can adjust where your knees are on the floor, so you find that sweet spot where you're balanced, where you're feeling the length through the arms, the heaviness through the chest, and the openness through the shoulders. Finding the breath. Nice, you guys. Stay for a full breath in and out. Using an inhale, we're just going to slowly lift the chest. And you can take your hands, bring them back to the floor, sitting on the heels for a moment. Maybe adding a shoulder roll in, or 2, or 3. And then we're going to have a nice comfy seat. If you have a wall or something behind you, actually sit nice and close to it and just keep that spine nice and long. Bring the low back towards the wall, the shoulders towards the wall, and just sit comfy. So maybe crossing through the legs. You can rest your hands on your knees or maybe in your lap. We're going to close the eyes here and let the chin start to fall down towards the collarbone. So your upper back, it may or may not actually touch the wall. But let's create some more space and length through the spine as we sit a little taller. Letting the head get heavy. Feeling the length through the back of the neck. And with an inhale, let's roll the head over towards the right shoulder. Nice and slow. Maybe the back of your head can rest on the wall. Soften the shoulders. Stay for an inhale. Let the exhale roll your head back down. And an inhale to roll your head to the left side. So this might feel a little different as you sit up against something than when we are away from the wall. Or it might feel the same. But all I really want you to notice is how the neck feels so far. Let's stay for an inhale. And let the head, the chin roll back down slowly. Nice job, you guys. With an inhale, slowly start to lift your head back up to just a neutral place. Maybe the back of your head can rest against the wall. Let's notice any sensations running through the neck, the tops of the shoulders. And then we're going to start to move again. We are going to be coming back to laying down and bringing our legs up into the air or against your wall. So when it feels right to lay down and send your legs up, you can definitely make your way there. And sometimes it's graceful bringing the legs up the wall. Sometimes it's not so graceful. But our legs are coming up, and this time we're actually going to bring the soles of the feet together, bending the knees and sliding the feet down the wall. Little reclined butterfly. If you want a little extra, you can place your hands on your knees and just gently encourage them towards the wall. Feeling some love through the hips again. Encouraging the low back into the floor. And then you might stay here like this a little longer, or maybe you want to send your legs back up. The feet could be together, a little wider or really wide. And resting your hands wherever's comfy, maybe on the tummy or above the head. But let's just close the eyes and take this opportunity to place any thoughts off to the side that are still on your mind. Feel your tummy moving up and down with the breath. feels right, you can start to wiggle your toes, your fingers. Your legs are out really wide. You can bring your feet a little closer together. Maybe even bend the knees, slide your feet down the wall. And eventually rolling over to one side. And coming up, finding a nice comfy seat when you are ready. And taking an inhale here as you lengthen through the spine. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Bringing the hands together in front of the heart. Awesome practice, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. It was short, it was sweet, but enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, namaste.